What is ascension? Ascension is a process that allows beings to rise to a higher level of consciousness. When they go to the fifth dimension, they will be on a higher level of emotion. Once they make it to the sixth and seventh, they will be able to separate from their physical bodies and to live eternally as pure energy in a superior plane with a greater amount of knowledge and power. It can be a mental, spiritual, or evolutionary process, a direct result of obtaining a certain level of wisdom and knowledge as a civilization. The Riskians ancients were the first known race to ascend, and some of them, such as Yonan Murdoch or Michael, Joshua, and those after his order, attempted to teach the lowers to ascend without the use of technology, but by the way of divine love. The earth religion of Buddhism and the true teaching of Yahshua Jesus, who was in the order of Yonan Melchizedek, is based on how to ascend. Things you must know. There are many off-world races here to help you with this process. There's also beings here to prevent this process. They see you as a food source and hosts and don't want you to ascend. Some need the worship of humans because they gain energy and power from it. The people of Earth don't want the animals they eat to get smarter than them. The people of Earth have learned to love meat and see these animals as a food source. If you are with us, your purpose in life is to make it back to the ascended realms where the angelic beings and the Most High dwell. The Most High dwell in the ascended realm on the highest plane, 7th to 9th dimension. Almost everyone in the universe who has not ascended are trying to ascend. Some beings can care less about ascending because they have been condemned already to the 4th and 6th dimension. They will not be able to ascend because they are trapped. Some of you were once ascended, but was voted or cast down because you listened to the ascended Draconians, Ori beings, also called the Luciferians, disagreeable, malevolent, devils, Satanist, demons and wicked beings. Some of you are here as teachers or guides to help the beings here for school. Some of you are Riskians or Oris who chose this program Earth as a second chance. Some of you are from different star systems and chose to come here for school. The Draconians are also called the Ori, which they became known as when they ascended to the 6th dimension. They vibrate up to the 6th density or dimension as amber light or fire. The Draconians, Ori pronounced Ori, were the first evolution of humanoid reptilians along with the Riskians, also called the Ancients. After the Riskians ancients ascended, the Draconians Ori later learned how to ascend and used their knowledge and power as a justification and a means to demand the worship of mortal beings. When they learned such worship increases the power of ascended beings. Billions of years ago, the Draconians lived together with the Riskians ancients as a single, united society in the Milky Way galaxy in the 5th dimension. At some point, however, a split occurred. The Riskians ancients began to devote themselves to science, while the Draconians became increasingly religious. This division eventually became so great that the Draconians Ori attempted to destroy the Riskians ancients. The Draconians Ori came to the home planet of we the ancients called Risk and blew holes in our ozone layer. This caused a plague that wiped out millions of Riskians ancients. The plague nearly brought the Riskians ancients to extinction in the Milky Way and forced us to leave on Atlantis, Nibiru and other fleets to different star systems and galaxies. Both the Riskians ancients and the Draconians Ori eventually ascended, and the Draconians Ori passed down religion to mortals in order to increase their own power, using their ascension and knowledge of the universe as justification for praise and worship, as well as including the promise of ascension to lower beings worshippers that they never intended to deliver upon. The Draconians Ori don't grant their followers ascension. They don't want to share the energy that they gain from the devotion of their worshippers. There is a real, physical transfer of energy to an ascended being that occurs through a human being's belief in them. In Revelation chapter 17:13 it breaks it down. It's said, "These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." For it to have a measurable effect, however, massive numbers of followers are required to relinquish their will. This system of energy transference is one of the reasons the Riskians ancients will not interfere with any life on the lower planes of existence. If the Riskians ancients interfere, they are no better than the Draconians Ori. While the Riskians ancients will attempt to stop the Draconians from interfering too much in the Milky Way, They won't stop the Draconians elsewhere and will not attempt to stop their human followers. Doing so would violate their galactic law's rules on non-interference with those on a lower plane of existence. Anu the Most High was aware of the threat the Draconians Ori would one day come to be, and designed a weapon capable of neutralizing an ascended being, trapping it on the sixth dimension. He gave this weapon to his grandson Murdoch. Due to the origins of their ancestry, the Draconians Ori believed themselves to be the creators of human life. They are aware of the Riskians ancients, but shun them, saying they abandon the path, and follow in the opposite philosophy. They claim that not sharing the secrets of the universe to those on the lower planes of existence is an evil act and those who practice it must be eliminated. The Draconians made up a story, one that puts them in the center of creation, and wrote down their words in books. They appointed missionaries, pastors, speakers, preachers, and teachers of their religions. The Draconians use their doctrines and appointed leaders as their mouthpiece for communicating with lesser beings. They are able to possess their followers' body to spread their demands and will. Some Draconians were already trapped on Earth in the fourth dimension, the mental plane where hell is, by Michael Murdoch and his hosts. Though the Riskians ancients were always more powerful than the Draconians, due to the greater numbers of worshippers the gap was getting smaller. It is because of this difference in strength that the ancients were able to prevent the Draconians from gaining the knowledge that the Milky Way galaxy and other galaxies are populated, and possibly knowledge about the other high-level beings. Though they disagree with the philosophy and goals of the Draconians, the ancients will not intercede in the free will of lower species, nor will they prevent unbelievers from converting to follow the Draconians. If unbelievers don't convert, the Draconians would destroy large numbers of the unbelievers. The ancients would only intercede on behalf of their children who were here. They would only take the children who are ready. The ones left behind will be fought over like two beasts fighting over food. Aliens from all over will be taking their pick of those left behind. Ori technology ranges from the biological to the mechanical, and most, if not all, of their technology is created and used for the purpose of gathering worshippers in order to increase their own power by demonstrating godlike power. The Ori real plan to destroy the Riskians may have cost them much more than they anticipated. Ascension is speeding up your vibration in overstanding solid, liquid, and gas. You will begin to see. A solid vibrates at a slower speed than liquid. In a solid the molecules are jam-tied together, such as in ice. At colder temperatures molecules slow down and come closer together. In liquid molecules begin to expand, and in gas the molecules are sped up even faster. So solid, liquid and gas is based on the speed and vibration of the molecules. So the solid would be the state of the body. The blood is in the state of liquid and the spirit is in the state of gas. Then you can't forget that which sit in between. The jelly state which sit in between the solid and the liquid state. The plasma state which sit in between the liquid and the gas state. You have no thing which is still a thing, which must be counted as well. All these states of existence within the all. The all with superior overstanding, 720 degrees in all. 360 degrees of spiritual or ethereal state, the circle, and 360 degrees of physical, material state, the square. The 360 physical plus 360 spiritual equals 720 mental. The water, fire, earth, dirt or minerals, wind, and love are the elements which govern the state in which you dwell. There are 9 planes, 9 dimensions, 9 realities, and 9 universes. The 3 stages of spiritual path. Hall of ignorance, hall of learning, hall of wisdom.